What's going on YouTube? Crypto Matrix here, coming at you with another cryptocurrency stream. And guys, as we speak, the Bitcoin price is retesting the 200 on the hourly. This is definitely a very good sign, guys. I want to show you guys what led up to this movement, patterns within patterns, and show you guys exactly what I found in the technicals, which could lead up to a potential breakout. And I want to show you guys exactly how to take that trade, whether long or short. And guys, I also wanted to talk about the extreme bearish scenario, just in case, guys. I want you guys to be aware of what could really happen. Yes, we are getting a little bit of a pump right now, so that's definitely a good sign, guys, but I definitely want to show you guys the extreme bearish scenario as well. And guys, we have a few other alts to talk about. If you're not subscribed yet, smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, and guys, I'm going to dive right into the price action. And if you haven't signed up using my links, you can save up to over $7,000 in bonuses just with using all of my links below. And if you sign up to Bybit right now, you can save over $2,600 in bonuses just by using my link right here. And don't forget about all of my giveaways, and be sure to check out the student program. Okay guys, so we definitely have a retesting of the 200 happening right now, guys. This is definitely a pivotal moment for Bitcoin right now, but let's talk about the patterns within patterns which led up to this movement. And guys, in my last video, it was right here, and I was talking about, guys, are we going to get a break up to the upside here, or are we going to break down out of this pattern? And guys, we had a nice break up, just very textbook, guys. Let me know if you caught that trade. Definitely some easy money. And then right into a, it depends how you look at it. You can either classify this as a head and shoulders because of this large pump up right here, or you could just classify it as a double top right here. Okay, so just like that. Okay, and then measured from the tallest wick to the support to the point of breakout, and guys, a very easy target hit right there. And guys, then we have to go down to smaller time frames to get an accurate representation of what's going on in the immediate. So let's go to the smaller time frames. Let's say the 15. Okay, so a few more patterns within patterns right here. For instance, we had a big descending wedge right here. I'm going to make that yellow. Remember to color coordinate everything, guys, so your patterns really jump out at you. That's the point. You want your patterns to really be popping. And guys, for this one, I actually use I use textbook wedge measurements all the way up to the top of the wedge here. And guys, that target was very easily hit. Very easily hit, guys. Okay, and then we had another pattern right here, just starting out. A little descending wedge here, or you could also call this a flag, and the reason for that is because of the movement into it. Remember, guys, when you have a breakout into a wedge like this, you can classify it as a flag as well. And just a very tiny little breakout right here, measured from the back of the wedge, okay, to the point of breakout. And guys, a perfect target hit right there. It doesn't get any better than that, guys. And in simplicity, we're waiting for something a little clearer to kind of jump out at me here, but I do have a couple things I see, so let's just talk about that real quick. Okay guys, so we definitely have a very big ascending wedge right here, okay, and that's what we're respecting at the moment. It's interesting how we broke down, now we're starting to break up. This could go for a little bit while, but in simplicity, guys, we don't want to have a rollover. Remember, we've been having lots of rollovers lately. If the Bitcoin price rolls over, that is not a good sign, guys. That is not a good sign. We are getting a little bit of a rejection off the top of this pattern as we speak, which means the 200 is being pushed away from right now. So that's not the best sign, guys. So remember, when you're playing your indications, combine in with volume at the bottom for confirmation of the movements. And remember to cross the road. Start on the bigger time frames, work your way down to the smallest time frame, and then back up for confirmation. Okay, guys? But guys, just remember, watch for little patterns to form out. For instance, let me give you guys an example of a pattern within pattern which could be forming out. Okay, this needs to form, but let me just project for you guys. Now, for instance, we could get a little wedge. Okay? We could get, you know, a horizontal triangle. It could be much tighter, for instance, you know, but we're not breaking out of that right now. That's why I'm thinking wedge. Okay, but we don't know how far this will go. This could break right down out of it. For instance, the 7 can go a lot further. For instance, if it dips through the 20 right there, that is a trade signal to the downside, and you could ride that easily down to the retest of the 100, guys. Understand, patterns within patterns are for leverage trading, and if you're using higher leverage, these little movements are very big. For instance, even the smallest move of the day is 1.63%. Even with just 10x leverage, guys, that's over 10%. Okay, that's over 12%, guys. That's an amazing trade. Okay, let's be real. Most people that are just starting in stocks or are paying other people to do their stocks, you know, they're used to maybe even 4 to 10% max a year, guys. I mean, that's horrible. That's the beauty of this technical analysis and just how much money you can make through leverage trades, guys. It's really just incredible. So that's what I'm looking at in the Bitcoin price, guys. But let's jump up to the daily time frame to really zoom out and get an accurate representation of what's going in the long term right now. So guys, I want to be very transparent right here. We definitely have a really bad indication here. We have a double death cross right here, which is basically the 55 crossing the 100 and the 20 crossing the 200. So both of these right here, guys, that is an extremely bad sign. Okay, that means we could easily be moving lower, guys. Normally we get a death cross, it's a very bad sign, but a double death cross, guys, that's definitely not good. And in simplicity, that's why I have an emergency buy here. Just to kind of buy the dip, essentially. Like, I believe worst case scenario, we could end up falling down to say around $25,000. And the reason for that projection, guys, remember we're talking about the bearish scenario right here, is because off of previous peaks of bull market runs, even the second bull run where we had two peaks basically, we dumped about 80%, which retraced to about 20% above the previous peak. So 20% above $20,000, geez, is only $24,000, guys. Okay, so that's definitely, you know, something to be worried about right now. We could end up down that low and still get a massive recovery. And guys, I'll just be very transparent here. There's not any reason I will be selling any of my main coins. I did take some small profits on altcoins, I'd say about a month ago, but the remainder of my positions I am hodling for higher times. I will be holding, okay? I will not be selling off at a low. I will not be selling off at a smaller profit than I was. I really do believe in a massive recovery that will come and really just kind of blow everyone away. But I think it could come after a little accumulation phase or a consolidation phase to the right. Okay, we could end up kind of just having a boring few months. I was actually predicting around August we'll get a little bit of a recovery here. And so far, it's looking pretty good. And I want to pull up another projection that I have for you guys where I actually laid out the price action so you guys can see exactly what I'm thinking about right here. And real quick, guys, before we get to that next chart, I wanted to show you guys something. So for instance, say like we actually dropped from the top at around 64,000 and change. And we did the, you know, the 80% dump or so from right there. Okay, that would bring us all the way down, you know, under $16,000, guys. It would bring us down under 16,000. So there's just another reason I don't believe the top is in right now, because we would have to go down some really low numbers to actually meet those targets, guys, and that would just be incredible to see that actually happen like this. But to be honest, guys, if it does happen, it has happened before, and we did recover out of it massively. Okay, so either way, I'm expecting Bitcoin to have a massive recovery. You know, I'd be brazen enough to say that, you know, Bitcoin will easily be worth $1 million someday. As the coin is more scarce, more people want it, it will increase in value. And as the market circulating supply cap heightens, so will the value of the coin in simplicity, guys. We have a lot to look forward in the cryptocurrency market. Remember, think of it as in stages. You know, think about the credit card. Think about old commodities. Think, you know, as those things came out, everyone was extremely skeptical. That's actually what we're living in right now. It's really interesting to be living in an infancy stage of something, you know, a currency especially. So there's really a lot of potential here moving forward in crypto, guys. I'm going to be holding those bags strong. Yes, I have fast moving coin, but my hodl positions, some of them I might never sell even in my lifetime, guys. So just really factor that in for a moment. And let me jump over to this other chart for you real quick. So this would be the bullish scenario. Let's talk about both the bullish and the bearish, okay? So for instance, this is my projection, and right now we're kind of in it, which is nice. So for instance, I started this back like May 23rd, a projection here, and I'm talking about this being a mini accumulation phase. So for instance, if that were to happen, we could probably dip down to around $28,700 again and get a good bounce. And the reason I think those two areas are so pivotal, for instance, the $42,000 area and the $29,000 area, is because of the retracement off the previous top over here. So for instance, we pumped up to 42,000, retraced down to 28. Everyone was really freaking out. Guys, no big deal. I think we're getting the same kind of thing now, and we could get a massive movement up like this before even the end of the year, guys. And that's what I think a lot of people are anticipating, guys. But let's talk about the bearish scenario. But look at that. All of these candles are just overlapping right now, which is extremely exciting, guys. If it would drop down like this, I wouldn't even be afraid. I'd be like, oh man, it's just meeting my target projection, which is really nice. But let's talk about the bearish scenario. Okay, so far this one has not been meeting at all. Like for instance, we pumped up, we retested. It's actually just a little off. So for instance, if I moved it up like that, that's what makes me a little nervous right here, guys. Okay, So for instance, look how much that is matching. If I just moved it up a little, okay? So it's interesting how both of the early projections still yield you running around 28,000, okay? And then a massive dump off, okay? So we have to really play this as it goes, guys. I don't want to give you guys, a projection like this. And to be honest, I am looking, I'm looking more like an accumulation phase or bearish than bullish right now, guys. Remember, until we flip back above the 200 in simplicity on the daily, or the 55 or the 100, we're in rough shape. We need a reversal. So guys, remember, shorting opportunities are definitely more prevalent right now, but as we near the bottom potentially, the longing opportunities will become more relevant, guys. And just remember to set your stop losses so you're not in any chance of being wrecked or facing a liquidation. Those are not good feelings you guys want to have. But let's talk about some other altcoins. I know a lot of people very interested in that space right now. Let's dive right into that. Okay, guys, so we definitely have one pattern which is really jumping out at me here. Let me just draw this out for you guys, okay? It looks like we just have another descending wedge here, okay? And we definitely have some patterns within patterns yielding target representation here. Let's just talk about that quickly, okay? For instance, a little horizontal triangle right here, real tight. It's interesting how you'd measure this, okay? Because I think I'm just going to go through that price action right there and call it overbought territory there. And we got the breakdown right out of that, measured from the back of the triangle. So we didn't actually quite hit this one, okay? So a little far out there, we didn't quite hit that one, but definitely a good short on the way down. I would have taken it at the forming of this pattern right here, guys. That's what I would have done. And notice the volume coming back into the market in a negative way. Guys, we've had a lot of selling and buying right now. That's a good sign, okay? That's a good sign. People are moving their coin around. That's a good thing, okay? If we can start to get more buys in the market during this mini accumulation phase for Electronium, guys, we'll get some massive spikes out of this. And I think we've definitely had a little hope recently. For instance, we were climbing the ladder up, and we're not quite working down yet. There's a lot of indecision here at the bottom, and that's what I think will happen. We're going to be teetering around this orange zone for a while, waiting for a more solidified move, for instance, in the main coins, and then, yes, Electronium, the alts, they will follow. But guys, when we're talking about short-term trades here, let's see what we see right here. We're kind of waiting for something to play out as well. So for instance, this is what we're working with right now. Okay, definitely another wedge in there. And we do have little wedges in here, guys, but let me be very transparent. The smaller patterns are for leverage trading, guys. And if you're not using leverage yet, they're just not relevant for you. But understand, when using leverage, micro trades are the way to go. You want to be in and out of the market, maximizing your profit as readily as possible, and on to the next trade, guys. And remember, there is a right time to make a trade. You don't just get in the market when you feel it's right. Wait for a pattern to form out. Either play your indications, play your breakouts, or an aggressive stance, play your patterns, okay? And guys, let's talk about AMP right now. Definitely some interesting times for AMP. For instance, we broke below the lead-in trend line here, broke back above it, broke back below it. I mean, my gosh, guys, there's a lot of indecision right now in AMP. But guys, it's one of those coins where I'm definitely going to be holding strong and waiting for this investment to really blast off. Once they got released on Gemini, I've been extremely excited. And along with many other coins, Skrill, 1inch. Guys, there's so many coins that got released on Gemini recently, and let me just be transparent here. Every time I've seen a coin get released on a main exchange, Gemini, Coinbase, hate saying Coinbase, but it is what it is, they've had massive runs, okay? Yeah, there might be some selling off of the release of something like that, but yes, guys, buy that dip, dollar cost average in the retracements, and guys, you will remain profitable in this market, almost board wide. It's incredible. And with a coin like AMP, I think just as soon as we can get back above the legacy line with a little bit of volume combination here, we're going to be in great shape, guys. For instance, we did have a big descending wedge down. We did have some little patterns within patterns here, but we did have a big descending wedge down. Okay, very clear as day here. This actually stemmed for quite a while, but I would actually measure it right through there. And guys, the measurement from the back of the triangle, okay, to the point of breakout. Guys, that's a perfect target hit in my book. Easy stuff. Okay, and then we had a little descending wedge right here. Okay, almost a triangle actually, very close. Okay. Again, guys, altcoins are a lot more difficult to read in general. So, like, I love doing technical analysis on it, but for instance, if you're new to trading and you're kind of learning the ropes, you want to steer towards the main coins. For instance, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. the main coins, they're more stable in movements, which yields you better projections, which really helps in the learning process in the early stages, guys. So remember, when I'm going over alts, these are for people in these alts. They want to know all about them. They can, so that they're prepared to make the best decisions, okay? So guys, let's just talk about that for a split second here. We have the EMAs kind of going back and forth here, the 7 reaching back towards the 20, towards the 55. We do have some negative volume currently, and we are on the 1 hour time frame here, guys. And let's just bring up the Bollinger Bands for a minute. So guys, as you can see, we had big expansions back here throughout those movements, and they've been tightening up ever since. They're real tight moving through here. So that means a move is coming pretty soon. Watch for a bigger pattern play out right here, and then you could be looking to make this trade a reality for yourself. And guys, if you're thinking about applying leverage, just make sure you're setting your stop losses so you're protecting yourself, so you're never in a liquidation stance. Okay, guys, you never want that to happen to you. Okay, guys, so it's about time to do my giveaway for $100 to one randomly selected viewer who has gotten a heart and comment. So, guys, I'm going to do that for you right now. Let's get some YouTube comments going here. So we've got 10 unique comments on this randomly selected video, and we're going to start the raffle right here. This is hilarious. Oh, John Doe. So, guys, fun fact. John Doe actually won my last giveaway for the Ledger. He actually won the Ledger. So, man, this guy's on fire. So, well said. I agree. Those are major resistance and support zones. I'll be looking to make this trade. Thanks, man. And, guys, just for transparency, John Doe is one of my original students long before this was ever even a program. I actually met him online back playing games together, and man, how his life has changed learning from me and making some amazing gains, and we've become great friends. He's just a great guy, and really changed his life through trade as well, guys. So, and man, this is crazy. He did win my last giveaway as well. So, John Doe, you have 24 hours to collect your prize. You're in Zion already, though, man. So just reach out to me in Zion, and I'll send you your money straight away, guys. Epic times. And that's all the time I have for today, guys. These are pretty wild times in cryptocurrency. The market has got everyone in an upheaval right now. Everyone's very confused. Which is it going to go? Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Guys, I've seen this so many times that, I'm not very worried about anything. Yes, like I said, I am, short-term bearish until we get a reversal. But guys, after seeing this so many times and little variations of difference, it's just something to be anticipated at this point, and it doesn't really work me up too much. Yes, I've seen my hodl positions fluctuate millions of dollars, but guys, that's just something you get used to, and you really have to believe in this game. That's something I can't stress enough. You've got to believe in cryptocurrency as a whole to be a big bag holder. Otherwise, you will lose sleep at night. You will get stressed. And let's be real here, guys. For new traders or even just people, getting involved in my program, starting as a student, you're gonna have waves of emotion. You're gonna have a lot of happiness, stress, fear. You're gonna lose sleep. You're gonna be really grinding and watching the charts. It's gonna be a big change for a lot of people. Starting trading full time. And guys, all I can say is that if you can replicate a professional trader even to a D-level degree, my gosh, guys, you will make more than your regular job, unless you're sitting on a 7 or 8 figure salary a year, guys. Otherwise, keep that job. But otherwise, guys, if you're thinking about starting in my program, you can go right over to the website. It's extremely easy to sign up. You can pay in coin, PayPal, Venmo, guys. I've made it very simple for you guys. I want it to be simple because simplicity is the key to success, not only in the sign-up process, but in the process itself, guys. I want to make the trading field something that's just fun for you guys to absorb. Making money should be fun, period. It should be fun. And among the group, guys, I say it all the time, we have just had the best rate right now. It's incredible. We are in an A level board wide. Again, I've only had 3 people out of over 100 probably bow out of the program. Actually, 2 people bow out, and 1 person struggling but recovering. So that's great news, guys. I want you to really hear that. That's a man who took a hit, made a rough trade, and is now working on recovering from it, guys. That's all you can ask as a trader. You got to get back up on that horse. You got to keep trying. You got to keep moving forward. And guys, I've got so many people in my program just crushing it. I'm going to name a few off right now. So Danny, KK, Andy, Danny, Hungarian. My gosh, Oh, it's not jumping up. Joe. Troy, we have so many people who are just really making amazing gains for themselves, guys, and I can't be happier of all these people. It's really incredible. And as you guys move forward and you're learning material, you know, guys, the life-changing gains start to become a reality for you guys. And I just, as a teacher, that is the most rewarding feeling I've actually experienced in cryptocurrency thus far. And it's interesting because a lot of people ask me, like, wouldn't the money, you know, making all the money be the most exhilarating thing? And yeah, at first, guys, but now it's kind of getting, you know, whatever. And that's why I'm giving back. I want to help people achieve that same feeling. And to be honest, guys, it feels like I'm just making friends at this point. It's really cool. So just some really amazing times, guys. If you want to discover your financial freedom, go over to the website and get signed up. And you can still sign up the old way, guys. If you want to reach out to Mitch and get your payments squared away that way, that is fine as well. And we'll get back to you with onboarding emails, guys. But just remember, if you don't come from a rich family must come from you. And with cryptocurrency, I make it as easy as riding that wave. I am Crypto Matrix. I'll catch you guys later.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.